welcome to episode 26 of the Thoughtology podcast, post-travel depression. I think I'll edit into this video, and if you're listening, just go watch the video if you'd like to. I'm going to edit in all the footage I got on my travels that I went on recently. It is now the new year. The date is the 11th of the 1st, 23. Currently, right in front of me, I have Christopher, and I do have myself, I believe, and I have the spoils of travel with me also. Can you notice anything new in the collection? I've got a golden cabbage.
Oh, okay.
The golden cabbage.
What's the significance of
So I found that in Victor Harbour when I went there for New Year's. So I needed a souvenir to remember the trip, and I went to an op shop and that's all I found. And it's
So,
certified.
what's the significance of
This.
Yeah.
It's made of jade, and it's been certified and everything. It only cost me like $5. It's got like a certificate of like authenticity and everything. So that's carved artwork of a cabbage.
Oh, okay. Carved into gold?
Carved in jadeite, so jade.
Okay.
I think that's probably the coolest gift.
I have
souvenir.
no idea.
I love it too much. Anyway, I want to talk about what has occurred. So, you can have a go through like what I did, and then we'll talk about our trip to Mungo at the end because we just came back from Mungo and
We went on an explore.
to Mungo National Park,
Yes.
and I absolutely have some comments. I think that's
I saw that.
that's Jack. John is messaging me about moving the car, hoping I'm not dropping home. Anyway, so I applied for annual leave for the 30th all the way through to the 16th of January.
Yeah.
The first 5 days went to Victor Harbour, which is a small town in South Australia.
It's not a small town, it's a regional city, I think.
It's tiny.
Victor.
It's
got a bit going on.
Yeah, it does. It's got like a Ferris wheel and shit. It's a bit of a touristy town.
It didn't when I was there.
Yeah.
I was there start of last year now, so it started 2022.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is a very pretty place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not, well, not when we went there.
Yeah, well, wasn't it? Shit weather.
Yes. So me and my best mate, went on a 3-week trip at the end of uni.
Yeah.
So we went all around. Shall we want the mic down there, or do we want to?
Oh, we can.
Sorry, there's not
I just want to give this a good place. But yeah, let's go.
There we are. Thought microphone anthology.
Anthology. Yeah.
So we went on a 3-week trip, sort of just to, I don't know. It was our first ever, like adult holiday. Because every other holiday I'd been on at that point was like with the family or going away for like, the regular stuff, like you go away for 3 or 4 days. So we went all around SA, so we went all the way from Mount Gambier through Robe, up to Victor Harbour, and then through a little bit of the Adelaide Hills.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we went to Victor thinking it was going to be like a fun, like easy time.
Yeah.
And they had the worst rainfall they've had in like 20 years.
Perfect timing.
Yeah, so it was absolutely raining and miserable.
Yeah.
And nothing went right, but it was still like one of the best things we've ever done.
Okay. Now, when I was there, we booked out, like, this is all planned in March, and we booked out a house, a 2-story house that was in the hills.
So we didn't plan anything.
You just showed up.
That whole 3-week trip, we were just like, fuck it, let's swing it.
Yeah.
That was terrible. No, it was a good trip. It was an awesome trip, but like, it's like this time that you have to plan stuff, and if you plan stuff and you have, you have a plan and you have a budget, then it's just time to just enjoy the holiday.
Yeah.
You don't have to like stress about where am I going to stay, and then everywhere's booked out, and
that's why I always take a swag down the way.
Yeah.
Just check it out. So, but that would have been fun. Mount Gambier, what was that like?
Mount Gambier.
Yeah, full of meth.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mount Gambier is quite nice.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I heard it's nice, and I heard it's got like a lot of other issues.
Oh.
Like most places.
Come from Mildura.
Yeah. Well, look, we always compare it to Mildura. What are the drugs like there? So we booked out that house and stayed there for a while, which is absolutely awesome, very pretty. Watching people get absolutely smashed and nearly destroying the place.
What other people you're staying with?
Yeah, we stayed with like 9 other people, including Caitlin.
Yeah.
And the only thing we really did, explored most of the town. We went to the Bluff. You remember those islands and stuff?
The what?
The three main islands out there. Those ones at the Bluff, the Granite Island, and the Western Island. All those little islands that are out there.
Oh, I know the Granite Island, the one that you walk across the
Yeah.
jetty. Yeah, we got rained on. Too hard doing that.
Yeah.
Like dripping wet, soaking wet.
That'd be fun as.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we learned.
It was not.
Did you read about how they were formed, the islands?
Yeah, but I forget.
Yeah. So they were pushed up. Though, like, well, not really. So there was like granite underneath, and like the weaker rock points are washed away by water. It's pretty interesting. But anyway, after Victor, I came home and I was depressed. And then the next day we went to Cudmera in New South Wales, which was probably the most. You should go there. I reckon you should go to Cudmera. The potholes are fucking horrible. I hate potholes so much. Do you notice that like New South Wales has like the worst like roads? I think in comparison to Victoria. I've travelled nearly most of Vic, and on the way to Cudmera, I think I haven't seen so many potholes as I have in New South Wales. Yeah, I need to do a count. Because fuck me, I nearly totaled the car. I mean, like, there's a pothole that's legit as big as the car that would have destroyed us on the way there. But Cudmera is near Jervis Bay near Huskisson.
Okay.
So I'm 3 hours below Sydney. And we hung out with Bree and Jay, old work partner friend from ED, Bree, and basically we did exploring around the ocean. Very pretty. We went rock climbing, did a strongman workout, which is really fun. Moved some atlas stones to some logs. So random. It was so good. We even got like a one-on-one lesson for free. It was so good. It was so good.
It was like,
ooh, move rock. And then we went, ooga booga. And we missed out on axe throwing. We've got to do axe throwing.
throw a keg.
Throw keg over pole.
Yeah.
And then after I went to Sydney, and Sydney was absolutely beautiful. I did the Sydney Harbour Bridge climb for my birthday.
That's right, it was your birthday.
Yeah, and climbed it. The 3 hours was so fun. I was trying to make the lady who was instructing us break her character. Because you know when people put in like that fake character? Hello and welcome to the Sydney Harbour Bridge climb. Like that sort of personality. We only got to a break once when she nearly called somebody fat.
Yeah.
It was pretty.
Yeah,
pretty good.
Yeah.
And then after staying there, did some snorkeling, saw Blue Roper, and then we came back here and I was still depressed. And then we panically tried to organise the Grampians.
Yes, last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't, even though we found a place.
Yeah. Nah. And then...
We could have done Thought Anthology, the Grampians.
The Grampians. There'll be a time. We'll find a time again. This next
we'll
week
be at the Pinnacle right now.
We could
doing Thought Anthology.
Well, you guys were passing out during the bush trail.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be as hot.
Yeah. Well, apparently it's hot there at the moment. Well, it's nice. So yeah, we went to Mugga. Get your face in the frame there.
It's my beautiful body.
So then, now we've returned to Mildura, and then we went to Mungo National Park.
Yes.
What are your thoughts of Mungo?
If it wasn't so hot, it'd be a lot better.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's kind of like most of the desert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought the walk was pretty alright, but I was saying...
The walk was fucking ordinary, but...
Yeah, because
it wasn't much going on.
We could have done that in Redcliffe or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, the bush is the bush. It's kind of the same way that you go.
And maybe don't take a Subaru Impreza down the dirt road.
Or maybe just bring some more water and snacks.
Snacks and water, yeah, true. Yeah, but that little restaurant was kind of a godsend. Sadly missed that lunch though. But...
Yes, yeah. I would go back to the Mungo Lodge. That'd be nice. Just like go there for like a couple of days.
Yeah, you probably book it out just to the tour of that bus thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be an actual tourist.
Yeah. Even though a can of Coke was $6.50.
$6.50 for a can of Coke, and that's so expensive. I guess it's because we're actually going to get a can of Coke.
Yeah.
As you get there. And we paid. Oh, there was a weird fee where we didn't have enough money, but we gave money anyway.
Was it supposed to be like $8?
Yeah.
What should we give up?
Something. Like if they have an issue, I'll give you $4 if you give me your bank details.
New South Wales government, if you'd like to give us your bank details,
I can give you $4.
Matt will give you $4
to pay for the fees that I didn't have cash on. Yeah, so anyway, the travel blues. It's a really weird sensation because when I came back from Big Harbour, I was so depressed.
Wait.
Yeah, I was like, oh, it felt like it just begun. Because like as soon as you start traveling and you do it, because you fill your days with everything, or like I usually do. Like I'm jam packed with just like looking at new things. And then by the time it comes to the end, you're just like, the dopamine's gone.
Yeah, and especially when you're like, your trip is, you know, what's keeping you, like, holding you over at work.
Yeah.
Like, you might have a trip that you're looking forward to for like 12 months.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's okay, my like day sucked at work because I'm earning money so that I can go do this thing.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
And then...
Yeah. Do you reckon that when you travel, time goes faster or slower?
With what I was doing, it felt slower because we did so much.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's over before you know it.
Yeah.
But I think
during the moment.
Yeah, like your days feel like you've done so much.
Yeah, like Kayla and I just explored everything.
Yeah.
So do you usually feel like that when you travel?
Oh yeah, I feel like that all the time. Shit.
Yeah.
I can like get the like post-travel blues from like going on a day trip somewhere.
Yeah.
Just coming home and you like feel like shit. When we went away on that 3-week trip, it was like the trip of a lifetime type thing. And then if you've never been away for that long, like it's one thing to go away for a week. It's another thing to go away for 3 weeks. You forget what, like, even your own bedroom smells like.
Yeah.
You know how your house, like things that are familiar have, they have a smell, a scent to them.
Yeah.
And so we went away, and I remember there was always something with a trip that's that long. Like when we go to Japan, there'll always be something new to look forward to the next day. And that seems like it's never going to end when it's 3 weeks long.
Yeah.
And I remember we left to come home and we were driving to come home and I was still like, I was getting excited over the most dumb shit.
Yeah.
Like I was excited because we were driving home and on the way home we were going to stop and get a kebab in Renmark.
Yeah.
I remember that was the big thing driving home. I was like, I can't wait to get this fucking kebab. Like, I was building up the hype to like hold on to whatever I could hold on to on the way home.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to stay, I was trying to prepare myself to come home, but stay sort of enjoying it.
Yeah.
And not just be like, oh, we got to go home soon. Let's just, you know, be down in the dumps the whole, you know, like those last day or two of the trip.
Yeah.
Or even the last week, if you've gone away that long, it's like, oh, got to go back now.
Yeah.
And yeah, I remember it didn't hit me until, like, I got home and I was like, oh, this is weird. And then you open the door to my, like, I had like a granny flat attached to our house.
Yeah.
And I opened the door and I remember it just hit me like a wave, like the smell, like how everything was laid out in like my bedroom, even down to, so this was back in the COVID times.
Yeah.
So we had someone who was a staff member that was COVID positive, and I was doing COVID rat tests for the first week.
Yeah.
That we were going away, and I had a rat test that was sat on my desk from before we went away, the morning that we left.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still like sitting there. Stuff like that. It was just like, and it just hit me. It's like this. It's over. Yeah. It's like back to work now.
Yeah.
And it's especially because I'd never been on a holiday before.
Yeah.
So I'd never been on, like we'd had a couple things like growing up, maybe like 2 or 3 holidays that were like maybe a week or 2 weeks, but never on my own. So it was nice to get away.
Yeah.
And to get so far out of that work routine where you don't feel like, you know what I'm saying? It's not like I have to go back to work after the long weekend or...
Yeah, you still have time off, you still got, Yeah,
you're just enjoying life. It's like you're actually living life, you're not just, you know, it's a couple of days off and then you go back to work and then kind of thing. And I remember it hit me like a stack of bricks that like, oh, it's all over.
Yeah. But that usually goes through your head after. Do you ever like think to yourself like, I need to find a way to do this forever?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, that was the first thing I was contemplating when I drove back from Sydney. I was like, I need to find a way to do this forever. Like, travel and do what I want.
Well, do more, of what you want.
Yeah.
And less of just work.
Yeah, because, like, work's good in the sense of, like provides like housing, roof over head, all that sort of shit. But like it's not as good as like exploring.
Well, it's not. You're not living most of the time. It's just like you go to work, you like slug it out, and then you come home, you hit the gym, whatever.
Yeah.
Do jiu-jitsu or you do your thing for an hour or two, and then you have dinner, and then it's pretty well off to bed.
Yeah.
And you do that 4 or 5 times a week, and then the weekends here. By the time you do some chores on the weekend, maybe you catch up with some people for a little bit, then the weekend's over and you're straight back into the work.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it doesn't feel like there's anything significant. Like, that's why I want to travel more now.
Yeah.
I've got a list of places I want to go.
Yeah.
And stuff I want to do over the next sort of 4 or 5 years.
Yeah. Where are you going to go?
There's a lot. So Japan.
Yeah.
That's where we're going next.
2024. Yeah.
Yeah. Next year. Hit me that it was next year. Got pretty excited.
It's going to come quick.
Yeah, we need to figure out who's going.
Yeah. I still need to figure out my passport, which we have plenty of time, but I need to do it.
Yeah.
Shouldn't take too long. Alright.
Yeah. So there's Japan. I want to do Egypt, so I'm going to do. I was recommended. So I have a cousin who he's basically travelled his whole life. He worked with it's a company like Kentucky, and so he was literally just a bus driver, chef, cook type person on the trip, slash sort of like helper to the tour guide. And doesn't get paid a lot, but he's seen like the entire world over and over. And so he recommended to do Greece first, so to fly to Greece and then fly from Greece to Egypt.
Yeah.
Or any of those sort of countries to Egypt, because it's hard to get a flight directly to Egypt. It's better to. So I might do Greece for a week and then Egypt for a week.
Yeah.
Or 10 days. I want to hike Switzerland.
Yeah.
Do the Swiss Alps. I want to hike it, then go through Italy, and then finish up in Croatia.
Yeah.
And do the Croatian coast backpacking partying scene.
Yeah.
I want to do Southeast Asia.
Yeah.
Backpack that whilst I'm young.
Yeah.
East coast of Australia, like Whitsundays and that kind of thing. Great Barrier Reef and that.
Yeah. Before it dies.
Yeah. South America.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Do some ayahuasca in South America.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I want to do a coast to coast, but sort of like through the south. Road trip through North America, the US. That'd be sick.
That'd be pretty cool.
Go through some of the southern states and
I'll probably be down for that one.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Go see the UFC.
Yeah.
Shoot some guns.
That'd be cool. You go shoot some guns.
Just go do some crazy shit in the south.
Yeah.
But that's something later. I think I wouldn't mind doing that when I'm 31, 32. Yeah. Maybe. What else do I want to do? I had a few things on my list of things I want to travel and see. The Grampians.
Yeah.
I want to go to Tasmania again.
Yeah.
I want to go back to the snow.
Yeah.
At some point. I want to look for a week, I was thinking.
Yeah, that'd be ideal.
Yeah.
There's so much you can do in the snow. Especially when it comes skiing and trying to master skiing. Or snowboarding.
Skiing, beer drinking.
Yeah. All the touristy things.
Yeah.
All the snowboarding.
That'd be alright.
Snow things.
Shit. What else have I said? I don't know, that's kind of New Zealand. I want to do New Zealand.
Yeah.
The Kiwi experience, I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a hop on, hop off bus. So you buy a ticket for it.
Yeah.
For the tour, and then it's valid for 12 months or whatever, and you just hop on, do the tour, hop off wherever you want, do some backpacking with that.
I'm very interested in New Zealand.
Yeah, I'm trying to do maybe 2 trips a year.
Yeah.
I'm hoping.
So this year, what sort of trips are you doing this year? Going to?
This year, I don't know, to be honest.
Aren't you going away with, what's his name?
Jacob, yeah, we're going 10 nights, 11 days.
Yeah.
In 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm at the opposite end. You're at the post-travel blues here.
You're about to be.
I haven't started traveling yet.
Yeah.
So I'm like starting to ramp up the excitement. So we're going 10. So the first 4 nights are in Melbourne.
Yeah.
So we're doing like the Bouger sort of Melbourne. We're going to see the Red Hot Chili Peppers and Post Malone.
Yeah.
In Melbourne on one night.
Yeah.
Go just like see the museum, see the aquarium, go shopping, that kind of thing. And then we're doing the Great Ocean Road for a couple of nights.
Yeah.
And then we're ending up in Mount Gambier through to Robe, like that nice coastal area, doing some camping.
Yeah.
Yeah. So pretty excited.
Yeah. That's gonna be so fun. Wish I was going. Wish I wasn't going. Any other trips was that so far?
That's it. That's it. Yeah. That's kind of. Oh, and then I come back for one day for a study day.
Yeah.
Then I go away for another couple of days.
Yeah.
Going across to a place called Harndorf.
I know Harndorf, yeah.
Yeah.
With some German stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like my favourite place so far ever.
Cheers.
Yeah. Or get a good sausage.
Yeah.
Sauerkraut. Pretzel.
Yeah. Sausage, yeah.
Big old stein of beer.
That'd be right. I love a good sausage right now. And a good beer in this fucking hot shit.
Yeah.
This aircon's not really working too well.
It's trying.
It's trying its hardest.
It's trying. I can feel it. It's going.
Yeah.
But
I might need like 4. Like if I've got another one here, or 3.
More insulation.
Yeah. If it wasn't like 40 degrees.
And a shed.
And a shed.
Yeah. I mean, it's doing alright.
It's doing its job.
It's still probably like 32 degrees, right?
Yeah, it's better than 50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's doing okay. It's doing okay.
I want to go.
I'm a sweaty boy.
You're a sweaty boy.
I'm
sweating my pits off. I can see the.
I'm not built for the heat. Yeah. So probably after my dad passes away and sort of figure out stuff here, I might start thinking about moving away.
Yeah. Apparently, like real estate's cheap in Tassie.
I don't want to go to Tassie. I want to be. Ideally, I'd probably be Victor Harbour. Actually.
Yeah.
Somewhere in that area, or Strathalbyn, which is near Victor.
Finding somewhere cheap in Victor would be hard. Yeah.
Well, you can go to plenty of places near there that are pretty decent price.
Well, this takes off that money.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No. Somewhere that's reasonably close to home, like 4 hours away. But somewhere that's a bit cooler, I think. If I were to move, that's if I move, because I kind of like it here. Yeah. But if I were like, I'm going to move, I'd move somewhere colder.
I don't know how much I'd rather move. Yeah, somewhere colder would be nice though.
Yeah.
Definitely somewhere colder. Chill out. I do like the cold more than I do like the heat.
Yeah, I like the cold as well.
But there are moments where I have like good memories of like the heat.
Well, it depends what you're doing. I always said, like, if you're down the beach with a beer, or sitting on the river with a beer, or like skiing, then the heat's awesome. But if you're doing anything else, like you're not going to go running in 40-degree weather.
That's the memory I liked.
Yeah.
There's a memory I have where I ran with this. Like she was a AFLW umpire.
Yeah.
And we went for a run in Gulgul, and it was like fucking 38. It was hot. But it was the best run of my life.
Yeah.
It was so good. Such a good feeling. And like when the sun came up and I was in that area, I felt so happy. It's probably the happiest memory I have of the heat. Yeah. Or like having a nice cold beer after doing that or something like that. It's just
nice cold beer or nice cold water out of the fridge, or even room temperature water.
Nothing better. The water tastes sweet. It has a sweet taste to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like smash in the water. Yeah. Nice old glass too.
Yeah.
Glass of water. A few ice cubes.
So I'm going to put in annual leave for April.
April? What are you doing in April?
So I've got a wedding at the start of mid-April, 16th. And I was like, and then I've got a running event, the True Grit obstacle course event, which I want to do the elite category, so I want to compete and see if I can win some money. So that means I might have to do a bit of a weight cut, lose some weight. So I'm going to be a bit quicker. And so in between that, I'm going to go to Cadmira again.
Cadmira.
And I want to go do like a whole week of strongman there with Jay, which is Bree's partner. He used to do strongman. He used to compete strongman. I'd love to do some more with him and like just do a whole week of just exploring Canberra and just strongman training.
Yeah.
I think that'd be the funnest thing I could probably think of doing.
So after cutting a bunch of weight.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to
some heavy shit.
Go.
I'm not gonna cut a bunch of weight. Like I weigh 78 kilos.
Irreparably just like destroy your spine.
Yeah, essentially, yes.
Yeah. What could go wrong?
Yeah. I'm only gonna cut down to probably like 75 to 74 kilos. I've only got 4 kilos to lose. So not a huge amount. I can already run probably 10Ks in 44 minutes, so with this current weight anyway. Anyway, we're overthinking that. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. And if that's a big approval, and then he's going to want to come back. He wants to explore Mildura, so we're going to convoy back to Mildura, and he's going to show him the Great Desert. And he wants to show him Broken Hill.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I don't know why.
Broken Hill's nice though. I don't mind Broken Hill.
Yeah? I don't know.
I don't know if I want to stay there, but...
Well, I don't think we're staying there. We're just passing through. Go see the Mad Max stuff.
Yeah, out at Silver.
Yeah.
Yeah, get yourself a hot dog out at the Silver pub, mate.
Yeah, it's actually really good there.
It's not bad.
Yeah. I need to figure out what else.
That's where when I went on annual leave on Wall 5, that's where I went.
Yeah.
Like 4 days.
So what are your plans for this year anyway? Besides
this
that?
year, I have no plans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be honest. Save money for Japan.
Save money for Japan. Like travel wise, depends how money goes.
Yeah.
Kind of just save for Japan first, then figure out what I have money for. That's it.
Yeah.
We have to figure out Japan first. Like when are we going to Japan? Because if we talked about going in the winter time,
so
but their winter is our summer.
Yeah.
So that means we essentially be going this December.
Yeah. Which would be a no-go probably for most people.
Yeah. Well, it depends.
Yeah.
Like who's going actually at this stage? Because I don't know.
Yeah.
My cousin's going to buy a brand new motorbike, so I don't know if he'll have money.
True.
Jacob's buying an investment property and he's doing like a bunch of shit with money.
Yeah.
Well,
the clearer we know the path, the easier it'll be. Like mid next year would be achievable as well for everyone.
Yeah, that's when we planned on going. It was sort of springtime, so sort of like March maybe.
Yeah, which is probably achievable.
February, March. I think. I have to replant myself with like because you don't want to go during their wet season because it's a tropical.
Yeah.
It's a tropical island, pretty well.
Yeah.
Fucking buckets down. During there's like a month or like 3 weeks there where it buckets down. You can't do anything outside.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't mind going either during the spring, or if we go during autumn, then it'll be the end of the year, which means I could fit a trip in between now and then. Yeah. Saving, which I wouldn't mind going and doing New Zealand maybe.
That'd be a cheap trip too. That wouldn't be too expensive.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing I'm going to do a backpacking road trip. Or going and doing the snow.
Yeah.
Even if we just go and do the snow like 4 days. I think like you, me.
Yeah, I'll go with you. I want to go again so bad, but it's so fucking expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll definitely do it again though. Yeah. We'll have to go with the one car so it's cheaper.
Yeah. All spoon.
Yeah, all spoon in the car.
Yeah.
We could probably
like today.
We could probably camp at the base of the mountain. Yeah. I've got many other plans for travel myself. All I've got is April, and then I've got running events throughout the year that I want to do. Like I want to do the Melbourne Half Marathon. I've got another running event in New South Wales.
Yeah.
I want to do a CrossFit event, and I'm thinking I'll probably do that like mid-year sometime. I'll be ready to do one by then. So so we'll see what we do. I might even do some jiu-jitsu tournaments, see where we go. And if you're back in jiu-jitsu and not falling apart. If. Yeah.
I was thinking about jiu-jitsu the other day. I was like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
You would start watching a few of those leg break videos, and you're a bit like,
yeah, it's like fuck that. Well, that's when you're up against like high-level arseholes.
Yeah, but you sort of wonder like you put a lot of trust in someone else.
Yeah. You have to choose your friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and accidents happen as well.
Yeah.
All the time.
Like they happen to me all the time. I've had so many accidents where I've nearly broke my arm once. I had an ACL injury by an accident.
How'd that happen?
So like we started, and I was on my knees.
Oh yeah, you're telling me that.
Yeah, I don't start on my knees anymore because of that.
Well, they reckon don't start on your knees anyway because it doesn't teach you anything. It doesn't
No.
teach you how to wrestle properly, and it doesn't teach you how to like play guard.
No, but that's how we started. We started like that, and
Yeah.
it just seemed friendly. And I was like, oh, and you know, white belt. Yeah, but otherwise,
It's always the white
yeah,
belt.
it was a blue belt that did it to me. So
I was a blue belt that did it to me.
yeah, so higher up that probably should have known better. But like it's been a learning experience, I think, for everyone.
Wasn't it crazy how the blue belt doesn't like? It almost makes your ego worse.
When you're
You see
belt.
that in the gym when you see blue belts in the gym.
Yeah, but they have to
Like
smash it.
there are some blue belts in our gym that are just
Smash. Well, they'll learn.
Yeah, 100%.
They'll learn.
Because it's like it becomes a weird thing now. Because it's like, oh, you're better than the white belt, so you have to just go and smash everyone.
Yeah.
At 1,000%.
Eventually, like they'll learn they're not going to win every fight by smash. Like with jiu-jitsu, you're going to gas out if you're going to smash. Especially up against a high level, you'll gas out. You won't tap that high level. You just gas yourself out. They'll just wait and take the opportunity. Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice to see.
Not the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just take it easy. Or otherwise, I can set up the mats here anyway. We can just train together where it's safer. And build some confidence up and work your way in. What's the ultimate plan for this year?
For this year, I have none. I have no New Year's resolutions. I'm planning on making maybe some goals and stuff.
Yeah.
But
Nothing.
I have no real plan, to be honest. I'm sort of playing it by ear. A lot of my plans are up in the air at the moment. Like talking about like career-wise.
Yeah.
Like what path I'm going to take as well.
Yeah.
Is very up in the air. Like we talked about this, about like which way I'm going to go.
Yeah.
Depends on my experience and my next when I go to the emergency department and see whether that's good or bad or what, and then where do I go from there?
Yeah.
And then make a plan, sort of come up with a goal.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That'd be good to see what your career path is.
If I do jiu-jitsu, I want to do a couple of comps this year. Hang on.
I'll definitely take you over. So.
Yeah, well I thought if I'm going to do comps, I may as well do them when I'm a white belt.
Yeah.
Before we start talking about things like heel hooks and...
Yeah. Do like grappling industries or something.
Yeah, something easy, like especially when you're a white belt, just go to as many as you can.
Yeah.
Win some, lose some, whatever.
Yeah.
And it's a good way to get promotions as well.
Yeah.
That's if I can avoid the grading. Nah.
Yeah.
The grading, yeah. Yeah. We have a very unique way of
grading.
Yeah.
I do understand it, but it has its risks. Like I said, every time you're basically
I think personally that rolling 100% with people for an hour is enough for a blue belt without them deliberately going out of their way to injure you.
Yeah.
Then who's going to come back up? They statistically speaking, what blue belts have the highest rate of pretty well dropout. Yeah. Because besides white belts, obviously, blue belts have the highest rate of dropping out. And if you're going into your blue belt grading and you get injured and you take a step back, and look at it, jiu-jitsu is a very slow burning martial art.
Yeah.
You know, you're talking a decade if you're lucky to get to black belt.
Yeah.
Which is a long time, and you sort of a decade of getting injured and getting my body jacked up, and I went and did my blue belt grading, and now I've got fucked shoulder and my knees blown up, and for the average hobbyist, it's kind of maybe I don't do this. Maybe I'll go play some other.
Yeah.
Maybe just go to the gym.
Yeah. Well, especially if you don't want your life, you want something outside of that life, because when I don't jiu-jitsu, I'm not just doing from this point, my standpoint, I don't just do jiu-jitsu, and
it's a hobby. It's a hobby. Yeah, it's something that most people. The thing that I don't like, when people talk about mixed dojos now, where it's the softening of this martial art, I do get why they don't like it.
Yeah.
And I think there's a nice area that you can find where it's we're doing things a little bit softer and a little bit better.
Yeah.
But we're doing it in a smart way.
Yeah.
So that you're not getting less skill.
Yeah.
You're not.
So
not
longer life.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Yeah.
That's all it is. I think for the average person, like if you're a die-hard jiu-jitsu guy, or you're wanting to do competitions or compete in mixed martial arts, and it makes sense to, go as hard as you possibly can, and that side makes sense. But if you're just the average hobbyist, and you've got if you're a fucking builder, you can't be going to jiu-jitsu and blowing up your knee.
Yeah.
Doing crazy shit, because then you're not gonna, what are you gonna do for work?
Yeah. Exactly.
Same thing for us, we can't afford to be destroying our body or.
Yeah. Every session, you can't do it every session.
Yeah.
So, not making money with this.
Yeah. You're paying money.
Yeah.
You are paying money to be there.
Yeah. Of course, you want to get better at the sport, but you don't think so.
Well, yeah. And considering it's a slow burner sport as well.
Yeah.
So I'll do something that's all focused on longevity and.
Yeah. So the best advice would be tap out early.
Yeah, tap out early.
Yeah.
But also the culture in the gym of not being spastics and.
Yeah. Choose your.
Choose the people you roll
with. Yeah. Make sure talk to them and tell them what your injuries are, if you have any, what your concerns are before you roll.
Yeah.
A lot of people forget how to light roll.
Yeah, it comes an ego thing very quickly.
Yeah, it does. They're just a light roll. Oh, fucking hate that. Yeah. I want to kill people that do that. Every time. Yeah. No, it's, you're not going to benefit out of smashing.
Yeah. What's your most hated training session in jiu-jitsu? So, mine is, I'll give you an example so you know what I'm talking about. Mine are trips and throws. Anything that are trips and throws, I fucking want to go home. Because I'm there is a 90% chance that this person who knows nothing about what they're doing, like me, is going to fucking throw me on my head.
Yeah.
That's what I think every time when someone's doing, when we're doing takedowns, when we're doing trips, when we're throwing people over our head, doing judo throws, it's one wrong move and I end up on my neck.
That's why we should beginners should be taught how to fall properly, because there's a way of falling as well.
And beginners should be paired up with upper belts.
Yeah, which we try to aim for that usually, but it doesn't always work out that way.
Yeah.
What's my I like stand up, but with how soft the mats are and without wearing wrestling shoes, my fucking toes get caught in the mats all the fucking time.
Yeah.
And it hurts. I swear to God, I've broken my toes on those mats once.
Oh yeah, I jacked up my
Yeah.
I told you that.
Yeah.
My big toe, I was I went to put my foot back.
Yeah.
As I was wrestling, and I've just missed it completely, and all of my weight because they've pushed me as I want to put my foot back. All of my weight's just on my big toe, and I just cracked, and it hasn't been the same.
That's fine. Yeah.
Same sense.
I was probably like that.
I couldn't put weight on it.
Yeah, it's just those mats. We did a lot of, how we do some sprinting drills on those mats?
Yeah.
And we do a lot of zigzags and agility drills. My toe got caught once, that really fucked me. Yeah. It's not good for
hard sport.
It's a hard sport, that. Yeah. But what's my I'm trying to think what's my hated
Kimuras.
No, because you can tap out early Kimuras.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
With some people, Kimuras are always with a bad shoulder, I'm always oh.
Yeah.
Especially because most people their Kimura isn't a Kimura, it's more of a what do you call it? An Americana.
Yeah.
Almost, where it's a shoulder lock, not an arm lock.
Yeah. I don't think I have anything I really hate. I have my dislikes.
Yeah, what are your dislikes?
I can see things that need to be fixed, the stopping and starting running drills on soft mats. I don't think are a smart idea. Because every time we do that ball game, I'm not running as a lot because I'm going to jack up my toe.
The ball drills.
Yeah.
That's one that
yeah.
Just whenever we're doing it, just sit to the side.
Yeah.
I'll take it to sit this one out.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know at home, it's a drill where they throw a bunch of these big fucking
Buso balls.
Buso workout stretchy yoga balls.
Yeah.
And so someone has to grab the ball, and then you have to wrestle the ball off of the other person, and you get 4 people on one person throwing each other, and someone's standing on your neck trying to get the ball out, and all this crazy shit's happening.
Injured, yeah.
It's very easy to get injured because it's the body mechanics aren't really great.
Yeah.
And you'll have 3, like I said, 3 dudes on one person.
Yeah.
And they're everyone's standing on your neck trying to get the ball out.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Is that, like, what else would be another one? Stand-up ones, I like stand-up ones. I like takedowns. I don't like certain takedown drills, like, for, like, people's bad knees, like double under practice, where you have to, like, because for a proper double under, your knee has to touch the ground. And, like, some people don't have that knee mobility, and they actually can result in injury. The high risk of injury is pretty high. Maybe, like, if you're going to do drilling for beginners, maybe do, like, some sort of, like, slow strengthening drill, because not everyone can put the knee to the ground, foot up, because that's a lot of mobility that's required to be able to do that, and a lot of, like, flexibility to get to that position.
Also, you have to practice.
Yeah.
And some people don't get it, but most people don't get it actually for years.
Yeah.
Like Sav was saying, he didn't really truly understand a double-legged takedown, like not just to do it, but to do it perfectly.
Yeah.
Like 2 years.
Yeah, like getting your knee in the middle is like right in the center of someone, putting the shoulder into their collapse over, using your head to leverage them over as well as grabbing behind the knees.
Yeah.
And folding them over to the
doing
ground.
it all in a live drill.
Yeah, which is hard.
Yeah, when someone's like fighting you at the same time.
And well, my favourite drills are the baiting takedown drills we do. Those are my favourite ones, where like you have to strategize your position to get something to the ground.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I love those ones. Like you have to force someone to shuffle their foot back so you can do a tree ball. Something like that. Those are fun.
We did this leapfrog drill once.
Yeah.
Long time. So grown-ass men doing leapfrog. So once you have to like shoot under the dude's legs.
Yeah.
And then they like squat over like this.
I remember that one.
And then you have to jump over the. I was like,
yeah.
I am like a grown-ass man.
Yeah.
I am not leapfrogging this motherfucker.
Yeah.
I did it somehow. I was waiting to land on like the poor guy's neck and head and just like destroying their head.
Agility drills. Arm drags. I don't like arm drags.
No?
I don't like. They're not. It's not that they're hard. It's like they're not that hard. They're just like, why? Like I can't see any use for, unless there is a use I can't see. But there's not much use besides like a strengthening drill. Because like, I get like the maddest like my skin comes off my legs when I do them because you're meant to have the body on contact the entire time. And I don't see much benefit in regards to putting it in like a live scenario because you don't really want to be in a position where you're putting your arms up to drag. Like you don't want to do that because that puts you in a vulnerable position when you're underneath someone. Or if you're like that on your belly, you don't want to be on your belly anyway, and doing that's not going to help you get out of that scenario much unless you're moving somebody further down your back so you can like flip. But you can do that without having to do that drill. Sorry, mate.
Well, it makes sense to him, for some reason.
There'll definitely be a reason. Just suffering.
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 Just suffering.
Yeah.
Rick obviously listens.
Yeah, no, he's definitely a fan of the podcast.
Yeah.
I'd love to get him on one day and talk about his history if he'd ever wanted to talk about it. But yeah, it'd be interesting.
We just talk shit with him.
I'd love to talk
Bali.
about Bali. I'd love to talk to Gus about his like mindset because he's an interesting fella. How he's just been basically molded into like a jiu-jitsu child. Yeah. Very talented grappler. Fucking heavy as a tank.
Oh, so when are we going back to jiu-jitsu now?
Probably tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Gonna go back tomorrow.
I've got a thing out fun.
Oh, you do, don't you? I can go by myself and go back. I don't know with me.
And then I've got work Friday, Saturday, Sunday,
Monday, Tuesday.
Monday. So we did Monday night. Oh, we could do Tuesday. Tuesday works.
Tuesday, I'm on night shift next week, so yeah, I can do it. After just wake up. Wake up. Yeah.
How do we get from travels to jiu-jitsu?
I think because we're talking about our goals.
Oh, okay. Yeah, do a couple comps maybe.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Depends how my body's hanging out.
Yeah.
I'm always keeping that in mind as like, if I'm a hobbyist,
yeah.
Like don't put yourself in a position where like if you're getting injured, it's not really worth.
Yeah. And if you're going into a comp,
because all you're doing it for really is like a fake metal thing around your head, or
they're actually real metal, most of them.
Yeah.
They're really good quality metals.
Or on a piece of paper that says you're like this belt and that belt.
Yeah. If you're in a comp, you should probably start learning how to position yourself where you're safer so you don't get injured.
Mm. Yeah, that's the next thing. It's like the risk of injury when you're competing is way higher than.
Yeah. Which I'll show, like, if you want, I'll show you, like, what would be the safest position to take.
Turtle.
Just turtle.
I just sit in turtle and wait.
Yeah. Because sometimes, like, when you're especially in a competition, you're trying to smash each other to win. Like, you're going to want to, if you're trying to prevent injury as well, probably start learning how to position yourself so you're at least likely to get injured. And also understanding the fundamentals will protect you too. Elbows in, my boy. Always wins.
Elbows in for everything in life.
Everything in life, elbows in. I don't think you'll survive, like, endless hours of grappling if you just sit here and shrimp and do this. All you need to do is that. You're fine. You're safe. And if you get stronger doing that, you're fine. That's what I've learned with jiu-jitsu. If you want to survive, just shrimp. Just tuck the elbows in.
Purple belt training. Shrimp.
Just shrimp.
Shrimp.
Shrimp bowler bowler. All I did for purple belt grading was just lie there and just evade. And just kept evading. And just, like, take the pressure off, get into a safe position, wait. Reposition, wait.
Yeah.
Like, survived. Just had to be patient while people were trying to kill me.
Those people are trying to injure you.
Yeah, cunts.
Yeah.
No, it's just another day in the office.
Yeah.
There's this guy that you have to meet, Riley. He's probably one of the best grapplers in that entire gym, best fighters in that gym. He's scary.
Except for me, of course.
Except for you, of course, yeah. He's probably one of the best fighters in that entire gym. Do hidden loaders.
In the gym. Just drop someone in their neck. You see me like floating up to the fucking ceiling. We're at a comp. It's like in a giant arena. You see me like floating up to the ceiling.
If we do comps together, would you be interested in training at other gyms like South Australia and stuff like that?
Like whilst we're down there?
Yeah, because I think it'd be so cool.
Why not?
Yeah. Because that's what I tried to do when I was in Victor, but like the holiday timetable clashed and I couldn't quite do it. The guy was very friendly, but it didn't show up. But it'd be so cool to go there and meet other grapplers and see how they grapple and learn from them. Because like when you meet people who are like 10th planet jiu-jitsu grapplers where their game's very different, it'd be very interesting. Yeah. The old Eddie Bravo. Yeah. So what are the main focuses? So like your physical goals are just keep yourself healthy. Sounds fair.
Reduce musculoskeletal pain.
Yeah, easy. We can do that.
Actually, probably work on my flexibility.
Yeah.
The biggest thing. Mobility is probably something I want to start doing.
Yeah. I want to try to be able to do the splits.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I have to start that habit like today because I hate they're so painful.
Yeah. Like some mobility stuff would be good. Especially for like jiu-jitsu and just life.
We could do hot yoga together. Let's do a hot yoga class.
We could do yoga.
We could do that tomorrow. Do some hot yoga.
Tomorrow.
I don't know. I don't know when the class is right. I know.
Just me and Matt showing up to yoga.
Hot yoga. No, pink yoga mats and a sweatband.
Yeah. Oh, I have to get a sweatband. I want to get a John Cena sweatband for my head.
Caitlin got me a Nike one.
Why didn't Caitlin give me a Nike one?
Would you like one?
No, Caitlin has to buy me one.
Okay.
Yeah, Caitlin has to buy me.
Well, I think throughout this video, should I play the video footage of my travels at the start or at the end?
I don't know.
I'll tell you what, I'll play it at the end. I know I said I'd play it through the video, but fuck that, let's play it through that. If you're listening to this, if you want to watch it, go to YouTube and watch it. Otherwise, just listen. I might put some over voice or some music, some relaxing music on the way out if you want to sleep on the way home or whatever you're doing, masturbating, whatever your hobbies are. Thank you very much for listening to Thought Ontology.
I can't believe you're cutting it short.
It's fucking 50 minutes. Oh, you want to keep going?
You know what is coming?
It's 9:30.
When are we going to the next conspiracy?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Do you want to do a conspiracy episode tomorrow?
We need guests, man.
We'll have to find a guest.
When are we getting on Jake's podcast?
I'll have to talk to Jake about this. Yeah. Well, how about this year? We'll try to do at least a podcast once a week. Once a fortnight. That's a really big commitment.
Yeah.
Try to do once a fortnight.
I think we should just focus a bit more on quality.
Yeah.
And getting regular guests on would be cool.
I agree about quality. Yeah. I need to get. So I found a graphic designer that we could probably get to help us design some things, and I'm working towards some other aspects. I need to probably get an editor to help us like properly edit and like get some real good quality editing shots.
We'll get like a camera.
Yeah.
We can figure out a way to work 2 mics because I've got another one of these mics.
Yeah. I've got another Yeti.
Yeah, it's the same one.
Well, I could probably just Google that and figure that out.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That would be cool.
You can have 2 mics.
Yeah, and we're slowly becoming professional. It's just going to be a slow process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dr. Stephen.
Dr. Stephen, if you
still eludes us.
Is he still here?
Apparently. I think he's going to see it out until end of Jan or something.
Oh, let me just message him.
We've got Jack's probably not coming back on anytime soon. Who can we do conspiracy with? Yeah, we could do. Shit.
That's me. Yeah, we'll figure that all out. But yeah, I do want to increase the quality, but also like frequency will also give us like more chance of viewership.
Yeah, but also quality as well.
Yeah, so like that's something we'll have to work towards.
Yeah, to retain viewers.
Which I think that's more achievable within more of a fortnightly than a weekly thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially because I'm doing my diploma this year as well.
Your diploma?
Yeah, mental health.
Isn't that like masters?
No, it's diploma that works into the masters. So you do diploma first, then the masters after.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's just a course that works into like basically masters, but diploma first, then masters. Yeah. Okay, this has been Thoughtology episode 26. Thank you very much for coming on, Chris. I feel like this has been a good time.
It has.
Very sweaty.
Yeah, I'm always sweaty.
Yeah.
I'm a sweaty boy.
Shallow. The current. Yummy. Maddie?
I'll feed him. No. I'll chuck him somewhere around. Here, buddy.
I wanted to share it with you.
Share it. He's cute. I wonder if does he like pats? Would you recommend not patting him? That's cool.
Would we like to walk on the rocks?
What are we looking at?
Crabby boy. Can you see the crabby boy?
Crabby boy. I can't see him yet.
Oh, I can't.
Crabby.
You want me to take a photo and zoom in? Yeah.
Hey, is he a small crabby boy?
Yeah, I wouldn't say he's that small. He's about like that.
Where is he? In the water?
No, yeah, well, he's technically in the water.
Oh, you mean in there?
Yeah. There he is.
Oh, he is a little crabby boy.
Oh, wait, what? Under this one. Australia bears responsibility for the greatest rate of mammal extinction in the world. Did you know that?
No.
Neither.
It is pretty cool. It's very moving.
I can't think of it.
Got a little steam tractor there.
Sorry, boys.
Oh,
Cuties.
so cute.
I wish I had some food for them.
I know.
The Mango Man.
The Mango Man. He's the Mango Man. Wing,